deter.
So, and what Alan Dershowitz said is kind of interesting. He thinks the tactic is this. He says they just want to bring the indictment. It's like bringing the prosecutor bringing the indictment and not having a sentence, just leaving it out there. It's to say, right, if you run, to your point, Ainsley, we're going to push forward with this. I thought it was very interesting, too. Kevin McCarthy evidently had a heated conversation with the president yesterday morning, reported in Axios in the Daily Mail, at which time he told the president these weren't Antifa, these were MAGA, because the president had been telling confidants these were Antifa. He goes, this was MAGA. When the president brought up, you know what, this is an election fraud and I was robbed, he said, Mr. President, it is over. And the president did admit some of the things that he said played a role in that invasion of the Capitol.
Right. As Griff said, the president is taking some responsibility for it. What's interesting, though, is Pat Cipollone, who is the president's attorney. Apparently, they were having this conversation. I believe this story was in Bloomberg this morning. That said that they were talking about, could I pardon myself? And given the fact that there were people who were killed last week in Washington, D.C., there's a possibility that the president could, this is from Pat Cipollone, the president could actually face legal jeopardy. And apparently, reportedly, he said, Mr. President, think O.J. O.J. was essentially found not guilty of murdering his ex-wife, but later faced stiff civil penalties when he was sued by his ex-wife's family for her death. Ultimately, could those families of people who died in the looting and the rioting according to the police there, could they possibly sue the president? Could the president actually face murder charges? I heard that being talked about a little bit yesterday. Nonetheless,
that's a huge leap. Murder charges.
I'm just reporting, Brian. Ultimately, the White House, though, what they're trying to do is they're trying to run out the clock until next Wednesday. And so that's what they're going to do. Apparently, the president had a conversation with Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham said, why don't you just try to highlight some of your accomplishments, remind people of your legacy. That is one of the reasons why he is going down to the southern border today. Also, it does sound as if he's going to have a bunch more pardons, and he's going to try to do something regarding Big Tech, those monster monopolies, through some sort of executive order. Coming up very shortly.
All right, so we're going to put up a list of companies, and you probably